When it comes to tests, on the main page of the course, we'll be able to see not only its name, but also additional information such as whether we attempted it or not, and the due date or for how long it's going to be open or available to us. Additionally, from the Events tab on the upper part of the screen, we'll be able to see all upcoming deadlines, not only for the tests, but also for other assignments or activities that have a due date set up for them. Furthermore, if we click the name of a particular test, we'll be able to see additional information regarding it. First of all, when the quiz was opened, or when it will be open if, of course, it's not available yet. The deadline for us to finish our attempts beforehand, time limits, so of course how much time is available for each attempt, and a grading method, which will be important if that particular test has multiple attempts available. If that's the case, then here we'll see how our grade will be calculated as far as all attempts are concerned. And additionally, if the test is already available for us, we'll be able to click Attempt Quiz Now and start our attempt. On the other hand, if the test is not available for us yet, we'll simply have an option of going back to the main page of this particular course. As far as attempting is concerned, obviously, once the test is opened and available for us, we can simply click Attempt Quiz Now, and then we'll just get another confirmation as far as the time limit is concerned. And once we click Start Attempt, our time will begin. Something worth mentioning is the fact that our time left or our time limit is always available to us when we are attempting a test. Now, when it comes to navigating inside of a test, there are two available options for us. The first one will be a free navigation, meaning we can simply jump to any question within this particular test, also go back to any of them and answer them in however order we desire. The second option is a test which has a sequential navigation, meaning we cannot go back, we cannot jump into any question we desire. We have to answer each question in the order that was specified by the author of a particular test. We can discern these types of navigation based on the color of these windows in the quiz navigation section. Sequential one will of course have a white or light gray background, while the quiz navigation that allows us for a free access will of course have the dark color underneath the numbers. When it comes to types of questions and how we answer them, usually we'll have instructions provided to us by the author of a quiz. However, we can very simply discern similar types of questions from one another. For example, when we have one or a single choice questions, then the icon next to each of the answers will be a circle, indicating that we can only choose one of our available answers. Now, when it comes to multiple choice questions, where we can choose multiple answers, the icon next to each of them will be a square, indicating that we can choose more than one or all of them if we think that all choices are correct. Next type of question will be, of course, a short answer question when all we have to do is type in our answer in the appropriate window. There's also an option of a short answer question that requires for us to provide a certain number, so-called numerical questions. In that case, if we provide a text answer instead of a number, when we try to go back, when we try to go further into another question, we'll get an indication of an incomplete answer. And once we go back, we'll get a system notification that we must enter a valid number. And once we do, we'll of course see that our question has been marked as completed and the answer was saved. Finishing the most common types of questions used in the test, we have an essay. Usually, this is a longer answer question where we either have to type in our answer, which will of course be a longer text, or attach a certain file. Usually, it will be specified in the instruction or in the question itself. When it comes to submitting or finishing our attempt, we have a free navigation. We can obviously jump into any question, go back and check our answers one more time. If we're happy with our attempt, we can either click finish attempt in the quiz navigation section, or on the last question on the bottom, click finish attempt. Once we do so, we'll just get a quick summary of our attempt, where we can easily see status for each particular question. We can, of course, return to our attempt, go back, check, and change our answers. If we want to submit and finish our work, we can simply use submit all and finish button. Once again, we'll have a final confirmation, and once we once again accept it, our attempt will be sent to grading. And now, depending on the settings of this particular test, we might already be able to see our grades, our answers, whether they were correct or incorrect, or we will have to wait. Something worth mentioning is the fact that if a particular test has an essay question, we will always have to wait a little bit on the final grade, because that type of question has to be reviewed manually by the author or by the teacher. Now, once we're done with our quiz, we can go back to the main page of this particular course, and underneath the name of this test, we'll see that it has been changed into attempted, and we have a particular date of this particular submission.